What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with a new episode in Talking Movies with Kid Critic. And this is a very special episode today. Yes, every episode is very special, but this episode just has a little bit more special into it because we got English Kid Critic in the house. How you doing today, English Kid Critic? Yes, I am very happy to be here today. I just came back from a wonderful vacation from my island in the Bahamas. It was lots of fun. So you own an island in the Bahamas? Well, of course I have my own island in the Bahamas. I mean, it only costed about not that much. It was not that much money, but I invited lots of celebrities. It was all of them came. The Quentin Tarantino man. He was a nice fella. I invited the you know what, we don't have time for that story of his because we got some movie news to talk about. And without further ado, let's get right into the first topic of today's show, which is during America's national holiday, the Super Bowl, Marvel dropped a 30-second TV spot for their up-and-coming little film called Avengers Endgame. What were your thoughts of the TV spot, Kid Critic? I found it very convenient that Marvel dropped an Avengers Endgame TV spot. Well, it was before the Super Bowl started, but we'll just say during the Super Bowl. Because just like how Endgame is the end game to the whole big storyline of the last 22 MCU films, it's just like how the Super Bowl is the end game to the NFL regular season. And the other reason why I found it very convenient is just like how, well, spoilers if you didn't watch the Super Bowl, but it is America's national holiday. Just like how Tom Brady has his 6 rings, Thanos also has his 6 Infinity Stones. Anyways, just, had that in my head. Now that it's out, let's get into some serious talk right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to admit, I like this TV spot more than the trailer. It is very, intense. There's the shot of Tony and Nebula just building something. That was even intense. The camera's all shaking and the intense music is dun 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 dun. It's like, whoa. But anyway, that also debunked the theory of Nebula leaving Tony behind, which I never believed, by the way. And I just thought it had a very nice pace, and the shot of the Avengers walking very slowly, chills. I cannot wait for Endgame. What did you think of the TV spot, English Kid Critic? Well, you see, I didn't watch it because there was a big croquet match that I just absolutely needed to watch. It was a beautiful match, well played. Did you watch this croquet match? Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody watched that, so let's just move on to the next topic, which is the Russo brothers were being interviewed, and during that interview, the Russo brothers said that the Avengers Endgame is still 3 hours long, but they also said that they are still in the middle of editing. What did you think of this, Kid Critic? Well, this is just a show all about Avengers Endgame, isn't it? Well, when I saw this, the first thought that came to mind is that, because you know how in the MCU films, and it's all if there's an intense moment, there's usually a little joke there and a little joke here, and it balances the tone out. That was a problem that I had with Volume 2 because the jokes are just everywhere, and it was just ugh, get those out of here, we don't need those. But anyways, and I have complete trust in the Russo brothers that they won't delete out those little things that balance out the tone from a nice happier tone to a dark and miserable tone. And I have trust that they won't do that. And I mean, if the story calls for the movie to be 3 hours long, I'm hey, I can watch a 3 hour long Avengers movie. Heck, I can watch a 10-hour long Avengers movie. I also saw people say that there should be an intermission. I mean, if it were just me, I would say no, because I'm not someone who would get up during the movie. But it's not just me. So, since I gotta be a little bit considerate here, and I mean, yeah, people, they gotta check the phone. Don't check your phone during the movies, kids. And they gotta do the pee break, and they don't want to miss out on anything. I mean, I see why they would do an intermission. if it was just me going to the movies, I would say no. But it's not. So in this case, I think it would be very smart. And with that said, what did you think about this English Kid Critic? Yes. Yes. I would like to talk to your manager, please. I need to take this phone call really quick. Yes. Hi. I wanted the cream-filled donuts, not the plain old donut. Goodness, you guys gave me the wrong order. You know, I invite him on the show and he just disrespects me. Like, I don't know if I should bring him back on, but anyways, let's just move on to the next topic, which is... It has been confirmed that Paramount is not moving on with the sequel to World War Z that has gone through many challenges in the last couple of years, but this time it will not overcome the challenge of a budget, as both David Fincher and Paramount have parted ways due to budgetary reasons. What do you think of this, Kid Critic? Well, it is sad we won't see a sequel to World War Z, which is a movie that I did not like as much as other people did. I did have fun with it, but I thought it was decent. So in this whole big issue, another big issue with the sequel of World War Z, that I have to admit, I'm on Paramount's side on this, because it was rumored, and I'm like 80% sure that this rumor is confirmed, that Fincher wanted almost $200 million for this movie, and I mean, that is a lot of money. And I mean, you can make this movie for $90 million. At least, come on. I know they can. And I mean, while the first movie was successful, made $540 million with a, I believe, $190 million budget, plus marketing, so somewhere in the mid-200s, so it did good. But the reason why it had such a big production budget was because of all the issues it had around it. That was the main reason it was so big. But I mean, it was a smart decision for Paramount to be wise with their money, as every studio should be, because they don't have the amount of money that like a Disney has or even a Warner Brothers does. And I agree with Paramount. It is sad we won't see a sequel. And with that said, what do you think of this English Kid Critic? Yes. Okay. Finally. They're going to give me my cream-filled donuts. Anyways, what are we talking about now? You know what? We're just gonna move on. Let's just move on to the next topic. Paramount has just dropped the second and new trailer for their up-and-coming Stephen King adaptation of Pet Sematary. What did you think of this, Kid Critic? Well, before I say what I'm about to say, just breathe in and breathe out, and just don't hit me what I'm about to say. I have not seen, don't hit me, the original Pet Sematary. Don't hit me. Okay. Well, as somebody who has not seen the original Pet Sematary, and as I was watching this trailer, they showed something. It showed a death. I'll say that. It showed a death. And I was like, so, is that a spoiler? Was that like a daydream or something? But it was real. And I see why they put in the trailer, because the original Pet Sematary came out 30 years ago, and the Stephen King novel was a big hit. So I see, because many people know the story of Pet Sematary. I'm not part of those people, and I see why they did that. Now, did they need to do that? Probably not. I mean, yes, while the movie came out almost basically 30 years ago, and there's a lot of people that have read the novel. There's still a good amount of people, I'm pretty sure, that have not seen the movie, because, you know, there's billions of movies that have been made. And I don't think they should have shown it, in my opinion. But other than that, this trailer gave me the heebie-jeebies. I mean, with that ankle scene with John Lithgow, ooh, that was not cool. And I mean, the whole mystery behind the Pet Sematary really intrigues me. and I'm very excited to see this movie because, you know, horror, that's my genre. And with that said, what do you think of this English Kid Critic? Well, you see, I really like this Pet Sematary trailer because, you know, I'm not a big fan of pets. And this movie really creeped me out. I did like this trailer. Finally, he actually has input in something we were talking about. And that just got me in a better mood. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, which is... Disney CEO Bob Iger has just confirmed from a phone call with investors that Disney will go ahead with making rated R properties and Deadpool will also continue being rated R. What are your thoughts of this, Kid Critic? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say that for the first time, Kid Critic is wrong, because I have been shown on record on, I forgot what episode of Talking Movies it was, that I said that Disney will never make a Deadpool rated R movie or anything similar to that. And they will continue making rated R movies. Now, with that terrible news out of the way, this makes me very, very excited, especially if Ryan Reynolds is still in as Deadpool. I'm excited to see where he takes that character. And I also seen that people say that Disney should make a rated R cinematic universe. Well, and I'm thinking that intrigues me. That sounds like really cool. Like like Dark Knights, I believe the comic book series was called like that. I mean, that intrigues me. That grabs me into the theater, which is what you want. Now, will you see a Disney castle anywhere near a Deadpool movie? Probably not, but I mean, you're still going to get your rated R movies. Now, how rated R will they go? That is a whole nother question of itself. And with that said, what do you think of this English Kid Critic? What is this Disney and Fox nonsense we're talking about? Why are people even interested in this show? This show, it just talks about nonsense. You know what? You can leave right now. I want no part of you at this moment. Gosh, people these days. Anyways, thank you for joining me on this new installment of Talking Movies with Kid Critic. And as always, look out for the next video or review. Probably a review. And as always, peace.